London Cockerel, 2.17 for the young man in white rash shirt, all the way from Taranaki. Joe Goodjohn out there in the red, ripping and attacking. So London Cockerel in the white rashie all the way from Taranaki. Joe Goodjohn in the red, ripping and attacking. Challenging conditions out there. Some testing surf out there in the Manu Bay lineup for day one. The Backdoor, King and Queen of the Point. Supported by Quicksilver, Roxy, WSL and Yeti. So we've got 13 minutes remaining. Surfers, 13 minutes remaining. No, that's right. I'll just do it for you guys. Surfer in white, London Cockerel, the 2.17 locked in. Joe Goodjohn in the red, yet to find the wave out there in the lineup. Open men's round 1, heat 16 coming up. And then as we're talking there, it doesn't. Surfers in the lineup, surfers in the lineup, 11 minutes, 40 remaining. Here we see this looks like London navigating this tricky inside section. Doing well though, staying on rail. Just waiting for this one to stand up. And I love the intention there, attacking that big closeout section. London currently in the lead though with the 1.33 and the 2.1. So from white, currently in first. Joe is sitting out there in the red rashie with a, with first priority. Any other wave will help the situation, mate. Obviously, at this stage, Matt Burner still a no-show, unfortunately. So we will be deciding sort of first and second in this one, regardless, to see how they fall into the next draw. Here we see. Oh, Joe did well navigating that really tricky section. Oh, stands up and just gets literally blown off his feet there. So for men's round 1, heat 15 in the water right now. London Cockerel in the lead with the 2.2 and the 2.1. Joe Goodjohn just locks in the 2.6 for the surfer in the red rashie. As we see a mega set rolling through the Manu Bay lineup. We always knew today was going to be pretty challenging conditions out there. But we have managed to move through most of open men's round 1. One final heat to go. And then we're actually going to be on hold for a couple of hours. The under 20 boys on hold. So open men's round 2 has been called off for the day. The under 20 boys round 1 will be on hold. We're going to come back at 3:30 for a possible 4 p.m. start. But right now, London in the lead with the 2.1, the 2.2. The young Grom in the white Arashi out there from Taranaki. So surf from white, London. Surf from white, London. You are in the lead. London Cockerel in the lead with a 2.2, a 2.2 on your third wave there, mate. And a 2.1 on your first wave. White in first. We have 7 minutes remaining, surfers. 7 minutes remaining. Joe, a 2.6 on your first wave there, mate. Anything over a 1.8 will put you into the lead. Unfortunately, Matt Burner, a no-show on this one. Whoo, look at the size of that thing. Joe Goodjohn just dropping in from 8 foot to 2 foot out there on the back of that Manu Bay wall. Here we see London slicing and dicing through this one. Beautiful rail carve. Doing well to just navigate through that section. Manages to careen through that cascade of whitewater and engages some rail, finishes the turn and kicks out. That's right, Wingman. It is challenging conditions out there in the Manu Bay lineup. But, you know, this is open men's round 1. They're ready for it. They're into it. Now we have 5 minutes to go in round 1, heat 15. So open men's round 1, heat 15. London Cockerel still holding down the lead. The 2.2 and the 2.7. Joe Goodjohn adding to his tally as well with the 2.2 there. So we've had the higher tide this morning. Was a bit cleaner on the face of them. The wind wasn't quite so hectic, but of course as the days carried on, that forecast has come true. Big swell moving through the lineup right now, and a fair amount of breeze with it. Tide is dropping right now, so we are going to go on hold after the last heat of open men's round 1. Then 3:30 p.m. is the call. We're going to be back to see if we can't run heats 1 to 6 of the under 20 boys later this afternoon. So a 3:30 p.m. call for a possible 4 p.m. start. Right now, though, both surfers just trying to duck dive and navigate their way through mountains of whitewater out there. This looks like Joe, I think that was, just out wide there, just trying to, I know, almost use that one to reposition himself perhaps. Not a bad tactic either when conditions like this. I think you just got to swing and go. See what happens. As we see London Cockerel finishing this wave to finish the heat. Look like Joe Goodjohn as well on a runner before him. So we'll see both them making their way through in heat 15. So open men's round 1, heat 16. Thomas Carter, Matt Hishin and Rio out there in the lineup. This is the last heat of the morning. We're going to go on hold after this one for a few hours, but right now 20 minutes. For this one, let's see who's carrying on to round 2, lads. 3, 2, 1. So out there in the green, Rio Bidwar, in the white, Matt Hishin, and in the red, Thomas Carter. Thomas, flying through this one. Oh, huge send there. That was sensational. So I looked at the section, I was like, would you? Would you? He sure did. Absolutely attacking it. And looks like, not sure, that might have just been, I think that was Matt. Yeah, I think that was our surfer in white, Matt Hishin, just a little in and out there out the back. So yeah, it is the Rio surfing green now with the first priority. But man, that was some fully committed surfing there from Thomas Carter. dare I say, if he'd pulled that off, it would have been one of the highest scores of the day. There haven't been many sections that stand up. That was definitely one of the very few, and he absolutely hammered it. Reckless abandon would be the words that come to mind on that one. TC. Actually, Mr. Thomas Carter sharing those initials with the one and only Mr. Tom Carroll, who is reportedly supposed to turn up in Raglan this week. So I believe Quicksilver, of course, supporting this amazing event. And a rumour has it that Mr. Thomas Carroll will be in town in Raglan later this week. Might even shout you a coffee and go catch up in town. Had a great time over here a couple of years ago on the points. And I think he'll be back to enjoy the local lineups. Maybe surf a few waves and catch up with the crew here in Aotearoa. So it'll be great to have the Quicksilver team floating around later in the week. Of course, a massive thank you to our friends at Quicksilver, Roxy and the WSL for supporting this event. And as we're all well aware, 2 wildcards, one in the open men's, one in the open women's, up for grabs. 2 Kiwi surfers will be victorious at the end of this week and will be accepting wildcards into the WSL event. Set to take place here at Manu Bay, May 15th to the 25th. That is the official holding period for that event. Raglan Pro. But yeah, Billy Stearman already been awarded a wild card into that event. And then with the support of Backdoor, Quicksilver, Roxy, and of course the WSL, this is the trials event to decide 2 more Kiwi surfers who will get the chance to compete at World Tour level right here at Manu Bay. So, of course, a bit early in the week to maybe start talking about the party night, but make sure you know what's going on. You know, it's my job here to keep you informed. The Roxy Yard Party. So thanks to our friends at Roxy, we are having the Yard Party on Saturday night at the Yard there. If you don't know, that's in Volcom Lane there in town. But Hutch is going to kick the festivities off from about 7 p.m. onwards. So from 7 p.m. there at the Yard, Hutch is going to fire things up early doors before DJ Shimmy is on the decks to send it home that night. So the Roxy Yard Party this coming Saturday night as well. There's a few other little activations and antics to get up to throughout the week. I'll keep you tuned into those. Of course, as always, keep on the Surfing New Zealand socials at Surfing NZ across Instagram and Facebook. We'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on, all the surf action, and of course all the behind the scenes fun as well. So 13.5 minutes remaining. Surfers 13.5 minutes remaining. Thomas Carter in the lead with the 2.1. Absolutely sending it on that first massive wave. Matt Hishin just the 0.5, the 0.7. He's just looking at him, sussing out the lineup. And Rio, mate, only needs like a 1.3 at this stage, so still anyone's heat. And then we are going to go on hold till 3:30. That is the official call, on hold. Under 20 boys. The idea being heats 1 to heat 6. On standby for a 3:30 call for a possible 4 p.m. start. So we are here, day one of the Backdoor King and Queen of the Point, presented by Quicksilver, Roxy, and the WSL. We've kicked off the day's action with Open Men's Round 1. And right now we're into the last heat, Heat 16 of Open Men's Round 1. Out there in the water, Thomas Carter, Matt Hishin, and Rio Boudoir taking on these testing conditions out there in the Manu Bay lineup. Round 2 for the men's has been called off for the day. There's no ladies today either, but the under 20 boys is on standby. We're actually going to go on hold for a few hours after this, just with the lower tide, making it even trickier than it already was. And then we're going to look to be back at 3:30 p.m. for a 4 o'clock possible start for the under 20 boys. Well, heats 1 to 6 at least. Our friends at Backdoor are doing a little test run of the webcast. We hope to get a live stream going later in the week for everyone as well. So once that's all active, we'll share that link out. So later in the week, even if you've got friends and family and fans at home or around the world even, we'll be able to access some live action for them to enjoy. This looks like TC Thomas Carter up and riding. Oh, like pulling it away more, yeah. I need to do that. like that and we'll just see. Yeah, okay. So with 8 minutes 15 remaining, Thomas Carter locks in the 2.6, extending his lead. It's only a small score, but that's all he needed to extend that lead. Looks like Rio, I think he just got swallowed up by the whitewater there, trying to get a little reformer through the inside section. With 8 minutes to go, he needs literally only a 1.3 to advance at this stage, so looking for any opportunity he can find. A call for the under 20 boys. Always look. One. Flaring in the glare as he runs wide of the point on that one. It looks like, what do we got left? Just on 3.5 minutes to go, Surfers. Just on 3.5 minutes to go. Rio only needing about a 1.5 to advance. Matt looking to improve on that 0.7. Anything you can do will help your situation. Thomas just locks in a 2.47, extends his lead. So 2.5 servers, 2.5 minutes to go, surfers. 3 servers out there too, making their way through to round 2. At the moment, that will be Thomas Carter and Matt Hishan. Rio in the green, though, only needing a small score. A 1.3 or more is all he's looking for, but with 2 minutes to go, sets are just pouring through there. It's tricky to find a wave that is going to stand up enough. So 1.5 minutes, serves in the water, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute 30 remaining. Red still in first, white still in second. Green only needs that 1.3 to advance. That wind unfortunately seems to have stepped up another notch as well. As you can see, we've had a building swell all day, so still pretty hectic out there right now. Hence why we are going to go on hold, give it a few hours to sort out the low tide, and hopefully, maybe, could be, might be, maybe, look to start the under-20s this afternoon. So we are going to be back 3:30 for a 4 p.m. possible start for the under-20 boys. Try and at least do heats 1 through 6 later on today. But right now, inside the last 20 seconds, servers the last 20 seconds. So inside the last 10 seconds, count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of Open Men's round 1 here. Day 1, the Backdoor King and Queen of the Point, presented by Quicksilver, Roxy, and the WSL. We're going to go on hold now until 3:30 for the under-20 boys. So on hold until 3:30, that is the official call. Back at 3:30 and make a call for a possible 4 p.m. start. Otherwise, no, Raglan's always pretty good for a little visit to the Raglan Bakery. It's always a treat after a surf. I reckon today it's going to be a treat, regardless of whether I've earned it or not. There's some great coffee in town as well. I think the Point Borderers might even have a little setup over there as well, so we'll go visit them. Little lunch break for everyone. And we'll look to reassess conditions at 3:30. Watch this space. one am I pressing, sorry?
I'll tell you.
Gotcha. Sweet as.
We're here with the winner of the last heat of men's round 1, Tom. How was it out there?
Oh, it's pretty lumpy, eh? Fucking looks a lot easier from the beach, but yeah.
Nah, it looked pretty pro.
Yeah.
Like the conditions might be getting slightly better tomorrow and then heading into Friday. So,
Fingers crossed.
yeah, we're being pretty hopeful there, but, you know, good luck for the rest of the event.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers,
Have a good one. Cool. Yeah.
Always,
brother.
so good. Alright, we'll make
So yeah, Thomas, just don't forget to bring that Rashi back to us, mate. Thank you very much. As I think we see Matt and Rio making their way in as well over the rocks.